Hello everyone, my name is Sniping is Fun, and I welcome you all back to the next stage in this starting up series. I'm working on videos, I'm sorry I haven't got a whole lot of them out yet, of stage ideas for the newcomers, my 200 newcomers in the Smash Bros. Ultimate Newcomer series of videos. This is stage 4 in the newcomer stage ideas for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate and future Super Smash Bros. In general. I've already talked about 3 different stages. I talked about the Galar Stadium for Pokemon Sword and Shield, referencing for for either the Pokemon trainer, the Galar Pokemon trainer, or one of the legendaries, which Zamazenta and whatever the other one is. I did it in the extra 50 characters at the end of the series. Galar trainer was my 150th character. I did Motel No More Heroes for Travis Touchdown, Henry Cooldown, and Shinobu Jacobs. Shinobu and Henry I talked about in my extra 50 characters. Travis Touchdown was in my main list. And I talked about Scuttle Town from the Shantae series, obviously for Shantae, which was in my main series. And I mentioned that last time, and you see the name of the video, you see the thumbnail when I do eventually change it, you know exactly what stage I'm talking about, and it's probably one of the most iconic stages in the series if one of these characters ever got into Smash Brothers, which is the reason why I picked this stage, and that's going to be the Pit from Mortal Kombat 4. And I mentioned before in this, whenever I mentioned these stages, who they would be for if they got in this DLC. In my series, I basically talked about Raiden, Johnny Cage, Sub-Zero, and Scorpion. If any of those 4 get in, this would be the stage I would pick for them. Yes! So, but unlike my Smash Bros. Newcomer series where I talk about why a character makes sense, moveset ideas, and percentage chance, this series is very simple. How does the stage work? And music selection ideas. Well, let's see about the stage, first and foremost. This stage is going to be probably one of the most simple stages I probably could talk about in here, but it's also different. I would basically make the stage, you see, this is the version of it from Mortal Kombat 2. I wanted to basically do the version from Mortal Kombat 1 because that's the most iconic original version, but it's also very generic, just a stone bridge with nothing on it. So the more demonic design from like Outworld design, like the bridge, and also the bridge in the background with the 2 characters fighting. I think that's more of a visual approach, and that would make it more appealing for Smash Brothers. So I'm going to talk about it like this. Now, how am I going to modify the stage? Because obviously, this is a small stage for a fighting game. How can I throw possibly 8 characters if you're going to do 8-player Smash on this stage? One reason. One way I can only do it. I'm going to make the stage larger. It's going to be longer and more wide. Especially when there's 8 people on it, it'll be drawn back a little bit. But if it's like a few people, maybe the camera zooms in a little bit. When it's like 2 people, 3 people, 4 people. Once you get 5 to 8, it'll start zooming back a little bit. So the stage is going to be, in my opinion, like Elden Bridge from The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess. I think it's going to be a very Elden Bridge-like stage. Visual-wise, the stage is going to basically be very simple. It's going to be the bridge, the people fighting in the background. You see the moon. Probably throwing some of the Easter eggs maybe in there at the series, like you see the stuff that flies past the moon. You probably could see some other characters showing up on the bridge. So maybe instead of these 2 characters, you'll see Reptile fighting Ermac. You'll see Rain fighting Goro. You'll see maybe cameoing characters beating each other up back there, but not the 2 generic characters here, which is kind of like almost like Liu Kang and what was originally considered Blaze and stuff. So instead of them, like they could probably still be there for the most iconic original people in the background, but just pick random non-playable. Like if it's Scorpion that's picked, Sub-Zero's fighting Johnny Cage back there. If Johnny Cage is picked, it's Raiden versus whatever. Pick characters that are not picked, made playable. Whoever it is, I basically said it would be any of those 4: Johnny Cage, Scorpion, Sub-Zero, Raiden. If any of them get in, I'd pick the stage. So pick characters that aren't made playable in Smash Brothers to be beating each other back in the stage. That would be a nice cameo, a nice throw to like King of Fighters Stadium, just not as much obviously, but pick me about 6 to 8, probably randomly could be beating each other up in the backstage while you're fighting up here, smashing up here on the front bridge. It's a long bridge, so it's a long stage, and there's the basic, like, you see up above. So it's very simple, no real stage hazards. The only thing I could think of that could really be it, and it'd be kind of cool, is what is usually below these things? Spike pits. And I know it's a little M-rated for Smash Brothers, but I think it'd be kind of cool to see like you being able to punch someone off the stage and they go through. Maybe you could smash up the stage a little bit where the bridge can break and you fall through. There'll be spikes at the bottom. Obviously, the spikes will damage you, hurt you. I think to kind of make it available so you can kind of get back up, you can jump on platforms to get back up. Maybe there's like floating, demonic, outworld, Shao Kahn platforms you could jump back up to get back up to the stage. But if you fall into the pits, you'll get continuous damage as you're in the pits. As you're in the pit, you'll be walking around like, I'm trying to get out, I'm trying to get out, and you get hurt as you're in the pits, but you have to jump out of it. But you can knock people off the stage. Maybe you can punch them. Maybe certain punches can work like the uppercut in Mortal Kombat when you do it, and you can just do a ground punch, be like, and the person's like, Woo! Like maybe modify the settings a little bit there. Like in this stage exclusively, that certain punches equate to a uppercut, so you can knock people upwards, and then maybe they could fall through it, and more maybe people hit the stage. Maybe that's how it works. If you hit someone and they come falling back to the bridge can get a little cracked, and once the thing gets enough cracks, it breaks, the person can go falling through, they're going to have to climb their way back up. If you have enough damage, you're going to probably be sent flying off the frickin' like spikes anyways, so that might even send you flying back up itself, but you'd be super percent damage. Someone can KO you off the bridge once you get back up there. Also, if it's an HP battle, you fall down there, you're going to probably lose all your HP, if not all of it. I think that'd be kind of cool. It's very simple. It's very to the point, but I kind of like it, and it's not as in-depth as what I basically mentioned with the No More Heroes, Motel, or Scuttle Town. But it's kind of in the realm of what I mentioned with the Galar Pokemon Stadium. Galar Pokemon Stadium, I basically mentioned that the only stage hazards were really the Pokemon, like the Dynamax Pokemon in the background, their attacks that when attacking each other, hitting the stage you're standing on, and that's about it. But it's normally just a platform floating in the middle of one of those giant soccer field, football field type Galar Stadium, gym battle type things. It's very simple to the point. And I think that's what this is too. It's simple and to the point. Just make it slightly wider and slightly longer stage height-wise. There's a spike pit on the bottom, which the stage can break if you keep hitting opponents and they keep falling to the stadium as you're getting knocked up in the air and hitting the freaking stage. You break through, there'll be platforms to get back up or something. Like maybe people can use their special abilities like Jigglypuff floating or something. Like some characters will have an easier time getting back up than others. The longer you stay down there, you'll probably be damaged anyways. And I probably would set it up so if you have a high enough percentage anyways, you probably will hit the spikes and just immediately get KO'd. Like once you get like maybe over 100, 120, 140% hitting those spikes is probably an automatic KO regardless. I would probably set up something like that to make the stage at least a little bit different, so you don't want to stay down there. You want to get back up on the bridge. So yeah, that's about simply it. Make the stage a little bit wider. There's cameos in the background, people fighting. You can do the cameos in the game where like the witch and Santa Claus and all are friggin' flying past the moon, and the stage is wider and the bridge is breakable. You fall under and there's spikes. Is that very simplified? Yes. Is it a very in-depth stage? No. And I think it doesn't need to be. Not all stages need to be super, like 75M and freaking like the Blue City, Big Blue and Mute City and all these like super in-depth stages. They have a crap ton of stuff thrown into them. I only threw maybe 3 major things on the stage. It's a larger stage, very simplified. There's cameos in the background. There's spikes below, and the bridge can break and you can fall into the spikes. That's simple, and I think that's really all it needs to be. And it'd be a fun stage, and it's a throwback to a stage that pretty much has been in Mortal Kombat since day one. Like every single Mortal Kombat has had this type of stage in there, and I think that's why I wanted to pick the stage. And I think the most iconic version of it, if not maybe Mortal Kombat 9 years later, would be Mortal Kombat 2. Even though Mortal Kombat 1 is the most original, probably iconic, but it's also the very most generic looking. At least this one has a cool demonic outworld design to it. In the night sky, so it's a dark level, a nighttime level, which we don't really have enough of in Smash Bros. And I think that'd be kind of cool. And that's really about all it is with the stage. I finished talking about what the stage is, so let's get on to the music. Now, Ed Boon, NetherRealm Studios, when it used to be Midway, I don't know how easy it is for Nintendo to work with Ed Boon, how easy Ed Boon is to work with. Like, certain developers are... I mentioned that Way Forward would be very easy. And Suda51 is friends with freaking Sakurai, so he probably would throw a lot of No More Heroes music into it. And Pokemon's in the game anyways. You just need to add Galar music, from Sword and Shield. I don't know how easy it would be for... for them to get music from this. This might very well be a Square Enix type thing. So I kind of played it safe. I gave them 12 songs, but I think that might even be pushing it. I think more of a realistic approach would probably be about 8 to 10. So within the realm of Dragon Quest, which is about 9 songs, but that's also from the same company that gave Final Fantasy 2 songs, and they're both from 7 because it's Cloud. So Yeah, but also you can work like Bayonetta is like the M-rated game and it has 11 songs, so I threw it in the same realm. And I like to keep stuff even, so I'm saying 12. But Bayonetta has about 11 songs in Ultimate, so I threw it into the same realm as like an M-rated game getting the same amount of songs as that. Even if Ed Boon is a little hard to work with, I think he appreciates Nintendo enough and has worked with Nintendo enough throughout the years that he'd be a little bit lenient on songs, but he probably wouldn't pick too many. So I think 12 is a nice approach, maybe a little bit more than we probably would get if a Mortal Kombat character ever got into Smash Brothers. But I think 12 is a nice. I think realistically it's going to be about 8 to 10, but I say 12 is a nice approach and it keeps it in the same realm as one of the other M-rated series, Bayonetta. And I made sure to pick songs from the entire series outside Mortal Kombat vs. DC Universe because no, I'm not picking anything from that game. Or any of the side games like Mythology Sub-Zero or the Jax Special Forces or anything like that. Or even Shaolin Monks, which I should have picked Shaolin Monks songs because Shaolin Monks is an awesome game, but I stuck to the main series, the fighting games. So I picked 12 songs that are pretty much throughout the entire series. From Mortal Kombat 1, I picked 2 songs. In the beginning, which is the character select music, it's very iconic. It's very awesome. I love it. It needs to be in a stage for Mortal Kombat if it ever gets into Smash Brothers. In the bridge stage, because this is the bridge. In the first game, it's considered the bridge. That's instead of the pit. So, but it's the song that represents this type of level. I had to put it in there because it represents this type of level in the Mortal Kombat 1 version. Mortal Kombat 2, I picked 2 songs as well. I picked Wasteland Pit 2, which is pretty much this level. So I picked the song that specifically goes to this version of this level in the second game. And I picked Deadpool, which is the little toxic, pit area where you can throw people into like the toxic slime, that acid bath place. That music is iconic to this series, and it needs to be in the stage regardless. And it's one of the more popular levels. If it wasn't this level I probably would have picked the acid bath level. One song from Mortal Kombat 3 is the subway level. The subway level is iconic to the series as well, and it's also some really energetic, really creepy, like atmosphere fighting game music. I think it'd be deserving for Smash Brothers. One song from Mortal Kombat 4, which is Rain. Maybe a small nod to the character Rain, but it's also the stage, which is like you're fighting in the arena with the rain coming down. And it's very atmospheric, and I really like it. It's probably one of the best songs from Mortal Kombat 4, which doesn't have some of the best music in the series, but also has some really good music too. It's hit or miss, and I wanted to give it, if I had to give it one song, which was this, it's Rain. From Deadly Alliance, I picked the Lava Shrine, which is a really cool song, and I think deserving to get in as well. From Deception, I picked the Portal, which there's various Portal levels throughout the series, but I think the one with the best music is probably the Deception version, and it's probably one of the better songs to pick from that game. For Mortal Kombat 9, I picked 2 songs because it's also one of the best games in the series. Khan's Coliseum, because obviously we're in Outworld, so I have to pick, and Shao Kahn reigns supreme over Outworld, so... And also Mortal Kombat 9, Khan's Coliseum, takes place during Mortal Kombat 2 storyline. This is from Mortal Kombat 2. Khan controls the world. It's very atmospheric, evil, and energetic, and menacing. Put that in there in the pit, because obviously the pit level here, so I have 3 versions of the pit in this stage. And from Mortal Kombat X, I picked the Sky Temple. It's one of the best songs in the game. And from Mortal Kombat 11, the latest Mortal Kombat, I picked Timequake because it's pretty much the main theme of the game. So 12 songs from throughout the series: Mortal Kombat 1, 2, 3, 4, Deadly Alliance, Deception, 9, 10, and 11. Or X, if you want to say X instead of 10. I think it's a pretty good list, and if you guys want to see it right now, this is the lineup I picked for this game. If you have any songs you think I'm missing, which I am missing because there's a ton of iconic music in the Mortal Kombat series, put it in the comment section below. Tell me what songs you feel you would add. And is there any songs on this list that you think maybe don't deserve to get in? What songs from this list are your favorites and you feel deserve to get in if a Mortal Kombat character ever got into Smash Brothers? That's the stage. That's the video. Thanks for watching, everyone. Peace. Please subscribe if you want to. Have a lovely day. And stay tuned for when I get back to stage 5. And we're going to be traveling to Raccoon City for a Resident Evil character. I basically did both Jill Valentine and Leon Kennedy. One of them would be in the game. Most iconic part, a location in the Mortal Kombat, in the Resident Evil series, is Raccoon City. So next time on this series, we travel to Raccoon City. I already said that right. My name is Peace. Please subscribe if you want to. Have a lovely day and see you all later. Bye.